Hey everyone, what's up? This is Erim here, and today we are going to talk about the new release of Bootstrap, which is Bootstrap 5. So we are going to talk about Bootstrap 5. First of all, they have changed the logo. It's very nice and very stylish logo. This time we are going to have a very nice and stylish logo from Bootstrap 5. It's an overview about or a review, whatever you want to name it, about Bootstrap 5, the changes they have made, and they have released the alpha version. It is not stable yet, so don't worry about it. It's not difficult. I think it's easier than that one, than the version 4, and they have made the things very more easier and simpler in this Bootstrap 5. So let's move on and start talking about it. So first of all, the first change they have made is jQuery. They have removed the jQuery, and jQuery is a library and JavaScript is a programming language. So they switch from jQuery to JavaScript. jQuery has become quite a large and bloated framework that requires website using it to download and add trivial load time for a library that may not be used by any other plugin except Bootstrap itself. So JavaScript framework nowadays, JavaScript framework like Angular, Vue, and React dominate the world web development community. So jQuery has been losing its popularity as most of these modern frameworks work through the virtual DOM and not on the DOM directly. That leads to much faster performance. So vanilla JavaScript code in Bootstrap 5, which will help with the file size or weight of the framework. In short, we can say that it would be lightweighted. So the new Bootstrap 5 is going to be lightweighted. They have removed jQuery and they switch it with JavaScript, vanilla JavaScript. The next thing is responsive font size. So the font size we were using before, they were pixels, and now they are going to change it, so pixels to rem. Rem stands for root em, which means equal to the calculated value of font size on the root element. And for example, the 1 rem is equal to the font size of HTML element, and most of the browsers, they have default 1 rem to 16 pixels. So the default value is 16 pixels. So in Bootstrap 5, we are going to use rems like font size, where we use 15 pixels. We are going to use 6 rems or 4 rem. We will do this when we will study more about it. I will also mention the link in the description below of this 5v5.getbootstrap.com is the link. I will mention the link in the description below. You guys can go and explore that site, the changes they have made by yourself also. And the second thing, or the third thing we can say, is Internet Explorer. So they drop Internet Explorer 10 and 11 support. Bootstrap 5 is no more going to support Internet Explorer, and I think it's a good move. So the next thing is about changing the gutter width unit of measurement. So Bootstrap has been using pixels for its gutter width for a quite long time, which will no longer be the case in Bootstrap 5. The gutter width will be on rem instead of pixels, and it's a good move also. I'll show you that how we can use this one. Like instead of py padding or margin, we are going to use gutter, like as we mentioned in our in Bootstrap 4, like py or padding y or p padding 4 or padding 5. So in place of that p, we are going to replace it with g. Okay, so g-5, g-4, or whatever the value we want to assign, despite of p or m, we are going to use g. Okay, margin or padding, we are going to use g. Remove card decks. And how it is going to work, if you guys notice the code has the card, then the card image top class, then the card body class, and then the title and card text. So what it is going to be happen in Bootstrap 5, the Bootstrap team removed the card text since the new grid system offers more responsive control, and removing unnecessary extra classes that can be solved via grid. So it is going to be no more. When there would be a stable version, I am sure that I will prepare a project for the stable version. I'm not going to prepare a project for the alpha one. So, and don't worry, Bootstrap 4 is not going anywhere. It is going to be with us. Like the same things we were using in Bootstrap 4. We are going to mean to say that Bootstrap 4 is no more. It's not useless. We cannot say that we don't need Bootstrap 4. Not at all. We need Bootstrap 4, but with some other changes. Okay. Then there is a Navbar optimization. So by default, Bootstrap 4 uses inline block on its display option, but in Bootstrap 5 it was removed, and they will also use flex shorthand and remove the brand margin caused by requiring containers in navbars. So they also have implemented a doc dropdown via doc dropdown menu doc. So the doc dropdown class is going to be replaced with the doc drop-down menu doc class, and that turns the drop-down into black background, which we usually see on the bar drop-down list. In my project, I don't think that I have used this one, but I will use it, and at that time I'll explain you in much practical way. The favorite thing, this is my favorite part, what they have done is custom SVG icon library. In Bootstrap 3, there were icons. They have used icons. They were using icons in Bootstrap 3, but then they remove it, or I don't know what they have done with that. They scrapped it in Bootstrap 4, but again in Bootstrap 5, there is a library, icons library in Bootstrap 5, and all the icons are going to be SVG icons. And it is done by the Mark Otto. Mark Otto is the co-founder of Bootstrap. So we can use this before releasing the Bootstrap 5, the stable version. We can use these icons. And in my next project, the UI, I have prepared the project UI already, and you can see that UI on the channel. We are going to make that e-commerce website by using Bootstrap 4, but we will use these icons, these SVG icons of Bootstrap 5. Okay, so I will show you practically how we can use these icon library, Bootstrap 5 icon library in our Bootstrap 4. And when the stable version will release, then we will use the classes and other things also. And then, as I've mentioned, classes updates. So Bootstrap 5 included some classes. Bootstrap 4 has more than 1,500 CSS classes. There will be some CSS class that will no longer be available in the new version, and some CSS class that will be added. So what are not going to be, you can see on the screen, these classes like form raw, form inline, list inline, card deck, these are not going to be used in Bootstrap 5. But what we are going to use in Bootstrap 5, as I've told you, in place of that, some utilities also, the padding, the margin, and all that, those things with gutter, they are going to change with the gutter X, the GX, suppose in place of this star, we can use the GX5, 3, 2, whatever the value we want to assign. So these are the classes, and GX, GY, G, and raw columns and auto, these are the classes going to be added in Bootstrap 5. And there is another thing which is about the colors. Like we had the few colors in Bootstrap 4, but in Bootstrap 5 I have read this news only in one article, not in any other, but I'm not sure about it, but I'm just telling you that could be they change the colors also in Bootstrap 5. They not to change, but they will add some more colors with some variations, of shades and darkness and lightness, all these things they are going to add. So I think that you guys like this one. It's a very good step by Bootstrap team, and it is going to be the fastest and more lightweight framework, the Bootstrap 5. And you know what, Bootstrap 4, still Bootstrap 4 is valuable. It doesn't mean that Bootstrap 4 is no more, there isn't any worth of Bootstrap 4, not at all. Bootstrap 4 is still worthy, and you guys can see from from this overview and the link I'm going to mention in the description below. Go and check that link. You will understand that they have added and they have removed, but they didn't add completely and they didn't remove completely. So there are some things from the Bootstrap 4 and there are some things from the Bootstrap 5. Some are removed, some are added. So don't worry about it. If you are learning Bootstrap 4, go ahead, learn Bootstrap 4, and it will help you. It would be like a first step for you guys to move towards or move ahead towards the Bootstrap 5. I hope that you guys like this. If you want to ask anything, let me know in the comments below, and I will walk you through with this Bootstrap 5, but with the stable version, not with the alpha one. We will create projects with Bootstrap 5, and I think that it's enough. What are the overall changes? Let's talk about at once that JQuery was removed and it will switch to vanilla JavaScript, responsive font sizes. It drops Internet Explorer 10 and 11 support, change of gutter with unit of measurement, removed deck card decks, Navbar Optimization, custom SVG icon library, and classes updates. Until now, I know about all these things, so I have shared with you guys. And thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe the channel. Hit the like button if you like this video. And I'll see you in the next one with another project. And again, if you are learning Bootstrap 4, don't worry about it. Go ahead, learn Bootstrap 4 also.